Welcome to recording an EEG with eyes open, eyes closed, and task. So you have your slave computer and your master computer. You need PsyTask downloaded on slave, and then you have your calibration kit on it with the mouse and the sensor here. And then you have your WinEEG on the master computer. When we actually record, the amplifier is far away from these. We have it on a stool behind the client here. So that's just because we're not using it right now. So you go into WinEEG. And you hit new. I personally, so you're in a monopolar linked ears montage. I personally use the first two initials and the last two initials of the client. So I would be STRY. So STRY here. And then patient, that's the ID. And then I make the patient STRY again. And then I put the birthday. So I would be 12/29/89. I'm female, I'm right-handed. So you want the ID, the patient ID, the patient ID all to be the first and last of the name, first and last name. And then you want the sex and the birthday and the handedness. So then you hit OK. And then it's going to pull up your blank EEG. Don't record yet. Hit the picture, the diagram that looks like a bunch of balloons here. So click on electrode impedance. It's going to pop up an impedance screen. And you want everything to be peach and below. So you want it to be under 10. White is like perfect. Yellow is ideal. And so as you're filling gel into the cap, you'll see these light up. You want all of the ones associated with your amplifier that you're filling to be yellow. Once you like your impedance, you can go ahead and hit record here. Red, EEG acquisition, as it says there. So you hit record. I, of course, don't have a client connected right now. And so, but when you do, your ground reference will be here. And so the ground on, make sure the ground on your cap is filled in nicely, and that has to be like nearly 0 kiloohms for impedance. And then all of your impedance levels for each electrode will show up here, and they'll be green if they're good. And then this is saying if your ground impedance is bad, you'll get this pop up every time. So then the client will be going through, and it's totally up to you how you want to do it. I record eyes closed first for 6 minutes, sometimes 10. And then I do a new recording of eyes open, and then I do a new recording of task. If you want, you can indicate that this is eyes closed with the eyes closed marker. And then I would have to, let me know if you want to do that, because there's a button that you push for that. But I don't want to pause. Okay, so once you do your eyes open, eyes closed, let's say this is your VCPT recording. So you're gonna want to, this is the PsyTask connection here. Wait until you've opened PsyTask on this computer. We have opened PsyTask on this computer. So you hit start new task. And then the task name is VCPT. And the date's already on there. You want the gender to be reflected to the right gender. And you hit OK. So now your task will show up, and they can hit enter to start. But before they do, you want to click on the PsyTask button, which is this one here. And the thing's in the way. It won't usually be in the way, but VCPT. Okay. And it might be because I don't have a person on it. I can't read this, that stinks. But essentially, so you'd hit that, and then the person would start the task, and now their stuff flashes. And they click the mouse every time they see animal followed by animal, but they don't click when they see animal plant or plant plant or plant person or animal person. And this froze because it is not actually recording right now. I don't want to save changes, but let me show you what the task will look like. And you do it for 20 minutes, by the way. Hold on, let me exit out of this. All right, so you of course want to change it to a link to your reference with your notch filter correct. And you can take your ECG off. So you can right click, go to montage, take your electrocardiogram off, apply and OK. And you'll see that when the task started, it says VCPT here. That's automatically because you hit the VCPT button. That is not lit up right now because you're not in a new file that you're recording. The VCPT started, and you can see when they clicked. As we go through here, I'll scroll through. You can see when the stimulus was presented and when they clicked. So you can see the yellow highlighted part and the red parts. And you can, of course, ICA this so that you can take the eye blinks out. And so you just have to highlight the entire record. I don't know if you usually ICA or not, but you highlight the entire record, you right click the end of it, you right click the end, you left click the beginning, and then you can ICA and ICA. And you can take out the lateral eye movements and the eye blinks. Check your record, make sure it looks nice and clean. It does. And then you can do a mark artifact and cut out whatever is not actually brain. So I don't know if Yuri will tell us to mark artifact if it's task. That's a good question to ask him. But now you have a cleaner record and you can see your VCPT data, and then you can create your spectral display based on your cleaned up information, and you can do that's your spectral data. And then you can also analyze your ERP stuff the way that he's trained you. But this video is just for the purpose of teaching you how to record an EEG, or WinEEG, so I hope that was helpful.